everybody, how's it going? alecandstuff here, and welcome to the newest episode of the Nintendo Roundtable podcast. Now, this month is going to be a little bit different because if you haven't heard already, I recently got to host my first ever panel over at PAX East 2023. At this point, it was a few weeks ago, and I'm just now getting around to uploading this VOD for you, but this was my first ever time getting to conduct a live show like you're about to hear. And I was very nervous beforehand, and then I was really hoping that everything was going to go well. And, you know, there's obviously the element of speaking in front of a crowd, but overall, I think the show went really, really well. And I hope you think so too. It was really, really fun getting to do this. Huge shout outs to the folks over at PAX for helping me put this together and allowing me this platform to speak in front of an audience like this. It was super fun getting to meet some of you face to face as well. And I hope to do it again next year. So anyway, I'm going to keep this nice and short, so without further ado, here is our Nintendo Roundtable podcast, live recording from PAX East 2023. Enjoy!
Where did this episode release?
You have a thumbs up.
Well, I have the Oh, we're good? Oh, okay, cool. Yo, PAX East. Hey. How's everyone doing? Good? All right, sick, tired? Yeah, me too. Well, welcome everyone to the first ever live taping of the Nintendo Roundtable podcast. Welcome. Thanks for sticking it out until the final day to come and see us here. And speaking of us, I've gathered a pretty nice looking panel of folks here to kind of, go along with us for the show today. So before we get started, let's go ahead and just introduce ourselves here, starting way
please
over there.
don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, Alec. Hey, what's up, guys? My name is David. I'm the head of content over at ConMenRDW on YouTube and Twitch. I do a lot of interviews and stuff like that at video game conventions and conventions in general, talking to devs. I love Nintendo games, which is why I'm on this panel with all these awesome people here. And I'm gonna pass it to this guy over here.
Hi, hello humans, I'm Yoshiller. You may have seen my editing work on such channels as The Completionist, Arlo, Source Gaming, Chugga Conroy, Commonwealth Realm, WolfClick, and a variety of other Nintendo-focused channels.
Hello, my name is Mary. I am social media manager and host over at Destructoid, and I'm also social media director for Zelda Universe.
Hey everybody, I'm Amanda. I am the host of Zelda Weekly at Zelda Universe, and I'm also the host of the Shine Sparkers podcast, and I show up places where I talk about Zelda.
Oh, and we're jumping over to me. Hi, I'm Sam. I go by NintendoFanGirl online. I'm a Nintendo content creator and brand ambassador, and I can be found everywhere on the internet.
Ahoy, I'm Tris. I am mostly found on GameXplain, making a bunch of content for many different games, otherwise online at ToonTris.
Cool. Well, I'll go last year. And my name is alecandstuff, right? I'm the one who hosts these monthly podcasts, and I also stream a lot of Nintendo and Capcom games over on Twitch, so you can feel free to find me there. And recently we played through all of the Resident Evil remakes to gear up for 4, which I am so excited to get home and play, because who was in charge of that decision? The same weekend as PAX. Oh my gosh. But anyway. And also in a few months we'll be playing through Tears of the Kingdom, so it's going to be a fun time for video games coming up very, very soon. And what about you guys in the audience? Do you guys all enjoy PAX East this year? Yeah? Good? All right, cool, awesome. Well, I'm glad it sounds like we all had a fun time. Now that we've gotten the ball rolling, let's talk about games.
Look at that artwork.
I put this together and I had a lot of fun with it. Video games are a huge part of my life, and they have been to me ever since I was around maybe, 2 or 3 years old, something like that. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has a story like that. I remember my first console I ever owned being a Nintendo 64, and after that, the rest is kind of history. Now, obviously, for video games, they've changed my life significantly, but we also did get a lot of really great titles over the years, which leads me to you guys joining me here. what are your favorite Nintendo games of all time? And audience, you can feel free to clap or make some noise or whatever if they say something you agree with. It's a collaborative show. I mean, you guys can participate if you want to. So go ahead and kick us off, Yoshiller.
Okay, kick us off with what?
Your favorite
My favorite game of all time?
Are you listening?
I am listening, but you said kick us. I'm the guy with the microphone. I thought you wanted me to like run down and ask someone else what their favorite game
No.
is. Okay.
Let's hear yours.
Okay, well, my all-time favorite games are Super Mario 64, Yoshi's Island, and a little underrated gem called Bomberman 64, the second attack.
Got some Bomberman fans in the crowd.
Not
like
the original, the second attack, just so we're clear.
Good. What about you, Mary?
So some of my favorite Nintendo games would have to be like Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, Luigi's
Of
Mansion.
course. Yeah. All right.
And then I just played it recently for the first time, but Fire Emblem Path of Radiance deserves a huge shout out.
Hey.
Those are some of mine.
Nice.
So my all-time favorite is definitely Super Mario Brothers 3. That was like one of the first games I ever played. And then, I mean, obviously I'm a Zelda fan, so Breath of the Wild, Wind Waker, two big ones for me.
Yeah. It would be criminal if either of you didn't have a Zelda title in your repertoire. So, David, last on the side of the table.
Yeah, definitely. I would have to say my personal favorite Nintendo title is Kid Icarus Uprising on the 3DS. Give us that sequel, Sakurai, please. And also, I'm a big Mario guy, so Super Mario Odyssey was a really big one for me.
Oh, yeah.
Fingers crossed for that sequel. Yeah, and also big Splatoon guy, so Splatoon 3. I've been putting a lot of time into that too, so.
Good. Sam, what about you?
For me, pretty much everything on Nintendo 64 is my favorite, but if I have to give a more concise answer, I would say probably Banjo-Kazooie was like the game that launched me into gamer status, probably. But I also want to give a very strong shout out to Wind Waker for being the game that got me into Zelda, and now I'm also a huge Zelda fan, so
Cool.
Wind Waker.
Dang, Sam stole the Wind Waker from me. Because Wind Waker definitely would be what I'd say. But if I had to list off some other ones, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Game. And Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
Ooh, this guy popped off over here.
Tris, which one? Tris, which Xenoblade Chronicles specifically?
Wait, what was it?
Give us a number. Which one?
Ooh.
One. The first
Okay.
Xenoblade Chronicles.
Definitive edition.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm just personally going to say that my favorite Nintendo games of all time are, number one, Super Mario Galaxy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Twilight Princess. That is.
Yes.
What can I say? I'm a sucker for that game. But in case anyone was wondering what the right answer was, right? But I'm just kidding. Now, this is normally the part where we seamlessly transition over to the next segment, but as it turns out, it's actually time for our first ever trivia question of the panel.
Trivia.
Now, there's only two, but it felt wrong not saying that it's the first. So, okay. So, here's our prize. I don't think we have like a way to like zoom it in, but here, you can present it to the crowd.
So it is the collection of all of the Nintendo freebies this weekend. So if you missed, sorry, not all of them, I should specify. It is the Play Pokemon, one of the packs, Greninja. So if you didn't get the Greninja box, a half deck, that's there. Splatoon buttons, Link pin. Always good to have a second one. And also counters to go with the Pokemon TCG.
Damage counters.
Damn.
Yeah, you got it. All right, so our first question is going to be bada bing. Yoshiller, you want to read this out for us right here?
Yes,
And
so the
then-
questions are, what are the 4 games Nintendo has available to play that their booth has this year?
Yeah, and I will just let you pick somebody at random, go out in the crowd, and then we'll verify the answer, which I'm assuming you know.
You want me to pick them?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
It's time for Yoshiller.
This is all you, dude. You got it.
Yoshiller's on it.
There he goes.
Oh, thanks. Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Okay, yeah. The 4 playable games this year are Mario Golf Super Rush, Yoshi's Crafted World, Mario Party Superstars, and Super Mario Brothers for the NES.
Did he get it?
Ooh, let's see. So we've got bada boom, Mario Party Superstars, Mario Golf Super Rush, okay. Yoshi's Crafted World, 3/4 right, and
Yeah.
there you go.
Now, Alec, what does this lovely person win? All of these?
All of them.
All right, you get everything. There you
Everyone
go.
give it up for Ben! All right, so it sounds like we've all made some pretty cherished memories over the years, myself included. Next segment. But with every great game, every great story, comes with it the imagination of a child. Am I right? So, over the years, I had always thought to myself how much I'd like to see some of my favorite games made into a movie or an anime or, something along those lines to give these worlds more opportunity to breathe and reach new audiences in a just totally different way. The two best examples I can think of recently are The Last of Us and its new show on HBO Max, and I love that show. And of course, the Mario movie, which is due to release here very, very soon. Give it up for Mario, right?
Come on, Mario.
Now, obviously, the jury is still out on whether or not the film is actually good, but I gotta say that, once I saw the first, the reveal trailers and everything like that, I was slightly worried, just based on the casting alone, but every subsequent trailer that we've gotten since then has kind of, built up my hype as it's gone on, and right now I'm gonna dress up, I'm so excited, I'm going on day one, it's gonna be great. I'm so sold, just 100%. So, I'll pass this question over to you guys. Thoughts on the Mario movie so far? What have you liked and not liked seeing thus far? David?
I want to see it yesterday. It looks amazing. Every trailer.
Every trailer.
Top notch.
There's nothing you don't like?
No.
Oh.
Even Mario's voice.
Oh.
I'm okay with it.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Listen,
Don't shake your head at me.
listen. Having gone to see those boots in New York, Sam can vouch for this.
Oh, that's true.
That was a strange
Yep.
experience.
We saw the boots. They were
Those were boots.
absolutely Mario's boots. It's true.
Wow, it's incredible. Were they big?
Oh, yes. Huge. I mean, apparently Mario wears a size 20 or I don't know.
Something.
It's not that tall.
His
They're-
shoes,
they're very wide.
this big. If you can see imagine I'm holding 2 footballs. That's how big Mario's shoes are. Each.
He has very
So-
round
Well, then what the
feet.
heck? What size did Luigi wear?
Who knows?
Oh,
And Mario's
aren't they
got to
supposed
be
to be twin
10 feet
brothers?
tall.
Are they? Oh, yeah. That's right. Kind
So
of.
wouldn't his
twin-
feet size be the same? Is that true for twins?
Is that how it works?
I don't know. Yoshiller, what have you thought so far of the movie?
I'm looking forward to it. You know what's interesting though is the way they've advertised this movie is that the plot is going to be Mario has not been in the Mushroom Kingdom before. So I'm actually kind of excited to see all the stuff that isn't the Mushroom Kingdom. I want to see more of the Brooklyn side of it, and they've hardly advertised that. And I'm very curious because we know Four-Man Spike is going to be in the movie and stuff, but we haven't even seen him.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, I got to give them a lot of credit for how they've been advertising Donkey Kong, because it seems like it was rumored that they wanted to do a Donkey Kong spin-off movie and do this whole initiative for the Donkey Kong expansion to Super Nintendo World.
Wonderful.
And so when I originally heard that Seth Rogen was going to be playing Donkey Kong, I laughed. I was like, what?
Did you do the Seth Rogen one?
Some fraternity boy playing Donkey Kong, but I think it works out really well. So I'm excited to see it. They've done a great job with the advertising, as you can probably see here.
Yeah.
And
There's the van outside.
I did see the van.
I saw
did
that
see the
before I
van.
walked in.
What time is the van outside? I haven't seen that van.
It's from 1 p.m.
I don't
to 3
know.
p.m.,
I've
now.
Whenever their next plumbing job comes up,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think the movie's going to be good. I'm just hoping it's going to be great. So
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's very interesting because you're the second person, and you both have the shared quality of saying nothing negative.
No,
You have nothing negative to say?
I don't have anything negative to say. I would like to properly sit down and review it as an actual movie and not just be hyped because it's Mario.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But you are hyped
looking
'cause it's
forward to
Mario.
it. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it.
Cool. You, Mary?
So I'm kind of like how you were. At first, I was not sold on it. I shouldn't be this critical of the cast that they chose, but it's just something about they're choosing the Hollywood names, instead of voice actors that we recognize behind these favorite characters that have been these characters for so long. So I was extremely critical, but then as more of the trailers came out, I was like, okay, I'm starting to warm up to these. I'm starting to be more optimistic. I'm actually looking forward to it now. But Jack Black as Bowser is going to steal the show.
That is, yeah, 100%. 100%. That is,
100%, I'm ready to go sit there and, this is just now the Bowser movie. Those are my thoughts on it, though. But I'm looking forward to it. I think we're going to get like a group of friends together and like make a whole like outing out of it. So.
Yeah, can I go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool, I got the invite. What about you, Amanda?
I am very excited, and like Mary, Jack Black was absolutely born to play Bowser. Everything I've seen is just so perfect. Some of the Easter eggs that I've seen are got me really excited because they're from Mario 3, and so that's my favorite game. But it looks so cool, and I really like the penguins because I just like penguins.
Do they have names, or are they just the penguins?
That is a good question. Maybe they will have names when we see the movie, but right now I'm just calling them.
I think they're just penguins.
Just penguins.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can throw one like off.
One
the
is
edge, like in
definitely
Mario
getting thrown
64.
off a cliff, 100%.
That's gotta be a thing. Just somebody throw this kid over a cliff or something.
That is so... Okay. What about you, Sam?
At this point, I'm mostly just excited. I'm, to be very honest, still not 100% sold on Chris Pratt. I'm sorry. I just don't think that that's what I would have gone with. But after all the more recent trailers with the little wahoos like mixed into the voice acting, I don't hate it. So I'm pretty excited for the movie itself. It looks gorgeous. I would say my only concern at this point is a kind of a strange concern. It's that I'm worried the movie is going to do so well and be so popular that it's kind of the new face of Mario. I don't want Mario movie to be Mario. I want Mario to be Mario. That's my thought.
So I noticed that you said earlier that it wouldn't be who you would choose to play Mario. So who would you choose?
To be honest, I don't know. So Charles Martinet, love him, to be honest. And I would love to hear how
Class
he
for
would
Charles,
do.
I love that.
I would love to hear how he'd do, but I would also believe reports that are saying that like maybe people don't want to listen to classic Mario for an entire movie. I get it. I think my primary concern is I'd want there to be a lot of like the classic Mario callouts, the wahoos, the just the noises of him jumping, like things like that. It seems like that'll be the case, but we'll see.
So you're saying Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
Cool. And Tris?
I am so excited for this movie. Having done so many videos on it for work and essentially piecing together so much of the plot, while I'm concerned that marketing is showing a little too much, the fact that we have yet to see Jack Black's teased musical performance, I'm really excited to see what that is.
I keep forgetting that that's a
Oh, that's
thing
a
that's
like we know that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
He said it. I'm excited to see Bowser sing. But I think what has me most hyped about the movie, to not end on the concerned part,
Yeah.
what has me most hyped is the amount of attention that Mario Kart has been getting in this.
True.
Yeah.
It is
so
a
true.
huge part of Mario, and it is not being left out in this film. And that is so good.
I geeked out so hard when I saw Rainbow Road. I'm sure like so many other people did, but Cranky Kong and like so many other people. I can't wait. I want to go in full costume. I don't know what up yet. I want to dress up or something, for that premiere, but I am so confident this movie is going to be great all around, just based off of the things that we've been seeing. Even now, like there are still like little, what would you call them, like little snippets that are new footage that are still being published. So the more I see of it, the more I want to go see it. And, just visually from the trailers, it looks awesome. And it looks like Super Nintendo World in California. Next segment. Next segment. So let's talk about that, huh? Super Nintendo World. It's been a long time coming, right? I'm sure some of us have been dreaming about something like this for quite a long time. I remember being a kid and playing Super Mario Sunshine for the first time and thinking, wow, this theme park level is great. And when can I ride the Yoshis, right? So, man, let me tell you, the kid version of me today would be so happy seeing what we're all seeing today. And, Super Nintendo World is gorgeous and checks off nearly every single box of things that I would want in a Nintendo-themed park. Now, I can go on and on about how cool I think it looks, but I do know maybe some of you, or I know somebody on this panel has actually been to the park. Yoshiller.
Yeah, I've actually had the fortunate opportunity to visit both parks that exist right now. So I've been to the Japan park and the Hollywood park.
Ooh, so tell us about that.
Yeah,
Be
so
nice.
The major difference between the Hollywood Park and the Japan Park is the Japan Park is kind of a little more vertical, like you walk in and everything's kind of shaped around a square and you go downstairs to actually visit some of the attractions, whereas the Hollywood Park is all on one flat surface. But
Right.
because of that, the Hollywood Park is a little more condensed. The Japan Park has a Yoshi ride. It's like a Fantasyland type ride that you'd see at something akin to Disneyland. And obviously, I like it, but I also acknowledge you're there for the Mario Kart ride, right? And so what they did in the Hollywood Park is they took the aesthetics of the waiting queue for the Yoshi's Island ride and merged it with the Hollywood ride. So you still get to see all the cool vibes that you get from the Yoshi's Island ride. All this to say, I think in some cases I like the Hollywood Park more for that reason. Because the Hollywood Park was able to really immerse you a little better, whereas the Japan Park, maybe it was just because it was really crowded, but I like everything being on one flat level, one flat surface. But the Japan Park did have better food.
Nice.
You're forgetting about the most important difference, Yoshiller.
And what's that?
That Princess Peach cake, my guy.
I had the cupcake in
my
Hollywood. It was good.
The Japan Princess Peach cake looks so good, and we just get that cupcake.
The Hollywood cake is good. I mean, it's a cupcake, but I mean, it was good.
Aesthetically, I want that Japan cake.
So I didn't have the whole cake when I went to Japan. I had ice cream, though, and the ice cream was good.
Yeah.
I ate a bunch of sweets, in case you guys can't tell.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So do you think that it was everything you ever wanted?
Well, I think each park is going to excel at different things. What I'm curious to see is how different, like, because they're going to build the park in Florida, right?
Right.
I'm curious to see, like, how that's going to stack, because everyone's always like, oh, Universal Studios in Florida is better. Disney World's better than Disneyland.
Well, I
And,
mean, it kind of.
Well, I mean,
Well, we'll
that's
see.
not wrong.
sorry, I know I kind of, like, deflected your question. But,
No, it's fine.
Okay.
You don't feel like there's anything missing, just all positive again.
Well, what's that?
You don't feel like there's anything that you would add or like is missing?
You know what? I think they really did a good job putting the park together. So I don't really feel like there's anything missing per se. I think they accomplished what they wanted to accomplish, but I am excited to see like how they expand on it, at least on the Japan side of things. 'Cause
Yeah.
in Hollywood, there's not room to expand on it. It's unless they tear down a movie studio, they can't do anything else to it.
Yeah.
So, but in Japan, they'll expand on it, and I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So other than the cake, what are your thoughts fully on Super Nintendo World? Or is it just cake?
No, it's not just cake.
Hold on.
No, my thoughts fully, I think the ride's very cool. I think it does a nice job between blending an actual ride with like a game. So you are in a cart, and the cart does go on a rail, but you do have like these VR goggles on, so you can actually like look around and aim, and you get high scores, and you can save it to your app and stuff. So I think they did a very good job on that front. And they also said if they ever wanted to update the ride, all they have to do is update the game. So they can literally give a theme park attraction like a balance patch or a download patch.
A balance
patch. So that's cool. Yeah, genuinely they did a good job putting it all together. It does look very cool. It's very pretty. It's very colorful.
Good.
And everyone always likes to compare Universal Studios to Disneyland. And in the truest sense, like Super Nintendo World does feel like Disneyland. So I think they did a very good job putting it all together.
That's good. I like Disney. David, you want to expand on your thoughts on Super Nintendo World?
Yeah, I actually went back and watched that initial trailer we got. You know, the one with that cool song that we didn't actually get anywhere else except on that commercial? The one like, we were born to play. And the one where people were like running and stuff. Yeah. So
Okay.
I was really surprised
Sticker writ on it.
that we didn't get like an obstacle course or like big, huge like play area or something, like really interactive space that like kids could just run around in and stuff.
You can run
Yeah.
down the
I know you can like get the power band and like go and like interact with a lot of stuff around the park, but I would have expected like a huge playground type of space. Because that seems like that is exactly what they were advertising at first, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not there. But
that where you would be?
that's one thing I would have wanted them to have at least.
Is that where I'd find you if I was to visit you while you're at the park, at the playground?
I'd just be running around.
Got it.
Yeah.
Mary, what about you?
So, like, I know it's Super Nintendo World and, like, Mario is, like, the bread and butter, but, like,
I know
can't
what's
help
coming.
but think about, like, yeah. I can't help but think about, like, the other Nintendo franchises. I'm like, okay, it's
Yeah.
Super Nintendo World, so, like, I would love to see, like, Zelda, Metroid. I think, like, a Metroid roller coaster would be so cool.
That would, yeah.
And so, but then we're getting to the point where, like you're saying, there's not really room for expansion. I'm like, Nintendo just needs to build their own theme park. They just need to find the land somewhere
Well,
and just make it their own.
Nintendo Land.
I would like to interject real quickly. So Nintendo used to have a Pokemon theme park, and it was literally called Poke Park. That is what the game is named after. And it has since then closed. So I'm curious if that means they're going to integrate Pokemon stuff with Super Nintendo World at some point. And I know there's a whole conversation like, well, Nintendo only owns a third of Pokemon.
Yeah, but
They could if they want to.
If you combine Pokemon with Mario and then all these other like very iconic characters and like series, then I think you have the grounds for a pretty successful theme park.
I agree. And if it means much, there are Pikmin secrets at the Super Nintendo World theme park.
Oh,
There are,
really?
yeah, there's little Pikmin that you can look at, and like if you look at them through these special like Mario binoculars, they'll like animate and light up and stuff too. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, sorry, did I just spoil it? There's Pikmin stuff. Sorry.
Yeah. You know what I want is a real life Nintendo Land, like the game. That's what I'm picturing,
That'd be-
like eventually
Yeah.
for that park to turn out to be. We'll see if that actually ends up panning out. But Amanda,
Well, I think what would be really cool is if they did a Star Fox ride like the Buzz Lightyear ride. So you're going through, because it's
Star
still a rail shooter, so I think that would be really fun. And I'm with Mary on a Metroid coaster, or really, honestly, any coaster, because I love roller coasters. But like a Metroid roller coaster would be really neat, or like a Zelda, like a Skyward Sword themed one, so you're riding on a loft wing, and you could do it as a flying coaster, so you could be the loft wing. I think
Rite
that'd
of
be really neat.
Passage in Disney World
Ooh.
on a
oh my
loftway.
God, wait,
That
you are
would
so
be really
smart.
good.
Sorry.
Holy mo- Okay, Sam, you want to expand more on like what you?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a big theme park aficionado, FYI, and so I love theme parks in general. And I have not been to Super Nintendo World, but I love everything that they've done atmosphere-wise, and in terms of like really integrating. They've got the soundtrack built in, like you walk in and you feel like you're walking into Super Nintendo World, and I love that. I do feel like it's lacking on the ride side of things, and I think that they've kind of built themselves into a box now, which I don't love. Because like in Hollywood, like Yoshiller said, can't expand. Can't really add anything in Hollywood. Orlando's kind of our last hope in terms of like getting a built-out Super Nintendo World outside of the Mario franchise. We got a little Donkey Kong action going on there, but I have a feeling that they're gonna end up sticking to Mario, which is kind of a bummer. Because it would be really great to have Nintendo have their own thing.
True.
But I'm still so excited. Yeah.
Tris, round us out.
Yeah, no, I'm exactly with you there, Sam. It's a matter of it's so like perfectly immersive from everything we've seen about it. Like it is one of the most immersive theme parks, it looks like. And both versions, both in Hollywood and in Japan. But it is, despite being called Super Nintendo World, it is more or less Mario World.
Mario.
And that is great. Also a great game, by the way. But it does make it feel hard to see them branching out beyond Mario eventually. And the Zelda fan in me would love to see some sort of Zelda anything in the future, but I don't really see it happening. That being said, I really want to see how far they take all the different Mario things they can do at Super Nintendo World. Like, give us some silly, like, Captain Toad in the minecart roller coaster, for example. Well, I guess we'll get that with Donkey Kong.
I think that is with the Donkey Kong ride.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay.
But
You
there's a
know-
lot of fun things they could still do with just Mario that I hope they actually do to make it feel really fleshed out, especially in the rides.
Yeah, cool. Well, guys, thank you for all of your valuable insight, especially Yoshiller, because you've been there,
It
and
helps, too.
it's very, very valuable. And also, thank you again for reading off our next trivia question here.
Thanking me in advance.
So the next one. So you want to do the same? I mean, you could present this one too.
I'm not sure where this prize came from.
Somebody donated this. I don't know where this came from.
But we have literally a Pokeball backpack. Opens on the top so you can hold things inside. Adorable.
Yeah.
And
And?
we're combining prizes. So our big trivia prize here, we've got Pokeball backpack, and we have a $35 digital e-shop gift card. So
Right.
you can run home, put that on your Switch, and then buy something on your 3DS.
Yeah.
For the,
Yeah, any last minute purchases on the 3DS,
You
can
got
take care
about
of that
3
now.
hours.
yeah, like run.
Now, this next question is going to be for those that are pretty keen listeners here in the audience, because it did get brought up at some point, but that's fine. I'll let Yoshiller run into the crowd, pick the first person he sees, and then we'll see if you guys get it right. So
You got it.
On to our question. Yoshiller, you want to read it off for us here?
I would love to. Folks, these prizes can be yours if you can answer the following question. what is the one attraction that Japan's park has that Hollywood does not? If you were listening 10 seconds ago, I already said the answer. I see these folks over here have their hands up.
Get out there, run it.
I'm gonna go this way.
Yeah, do it. Man, he's so tall, he gets there so quick.
He's so fast.
I think it was this guy. What's the answer?
Oh my gosh, it's the Yoshi ride.
You're absolutely
It's the Yoshi ride. It's the Yoshi ride.
Is he
There it
right?
is.
Is he right? Congratulations!
Would you like
What was your name?
Oh yeah.
What was the name?
What's your name, sir?
Evan.
Correct!
Congrats, Evan! Feel free to stick around after the show, and I can give you the gift card, like the code for it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you totally won that.
Oh yeah, that.
All right.
Cute.
Also, I'm
This
sorry,
ride.
next time I'll pick someone on this side because I realize I'm always looking over here, so I'm always like, oh, well, obviously someone there had their hand up first, so this time, like, I'll sit back like this if I can find someone who has their hand up on this side. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Well, I gotta say that personally, I thought as a kid that the end game was building a theme park. There's not many more places you can go with an IP beyond theme parks, is what I thought back then. And of course, now we see things like movies, TV shows, theme parks, Fortnite collabs. We live in a world now where you could put your stories and characters in virtually any context you want. And so the question I gotta ask you guys on this panel is, and we have a lot of time, so feel free to indulge as much as you want, where does Nintendo go from here? And I know it's a lot to think about, but I see David staring at me.
Did
like,
you say
really...
Fortnite collapse?
I see you staring at me really intently,
Imagine
so you can...
just Luigi doing just the D.
Oh my God, stop. Okay, I didn't say that to will it into existence, that's just an example.
Amazing.
But where do you think Nintendo goes from here, beyond theme parks?
Oh man. Yoshiller, you go. I gotta think about it. Yoshiller, you go.
I have an answer.
Mary has an answer. All right, let's hear it.
I'm prepared for this because it's something that I really want to happen. I want to see a Zelda anime. Twilight Princess
Oh,
has,
duh. Yeah.
like,
I think everyone does.
I know, like, but the Twilight Princess manga is such a beautiful art style, and I think it would be animated incredibly. Or we've seen a lot of fan-made Studio Ghibli-inspired Breath of the Wild
Ooh, that's right.
stuff, and I'm like,
Or the Resident Evil 4 one, right? Like those promotional materials? That's
Yeah.
kind of like in that anime style?
Yeah.
yeah,
Nintendo
like, I mean,
related,
that'd
but
be really
just,
cool.
yeah.
But also, I don't know how many of you know that Metroid has a manga.
Wait, what?
It
It's
does?
only like 3 volumes. It was in Japan only. You can find fan translations online. But I'm like, yeah, make Samus an anime.
This is news.
That'd be
I heard
so-
someone in the crowd like gasped too.
Yeah, like it's pretty good too. And like I said, it's only like 3 volumes, so it's a pretty quick read. But
Oh.
I'm like, Nintendo, it is time. Anime is also super hot right now. Like, I don't think anime has ever been this popular. It wasn't popular when I was, growing up at least.
What? You weren't
Do you-
popular because you liked anime?
Do you remember that
I-
Super Smash Brothers trailer where was Link and Pit fighting and it was animated like that? Yeah, it would look exact. Or the Kid Icarus animated series that they did. Yeah, get them to make like a Zelda anime.
Yeah.
Oh,
for
that's I
sure.
forgot
Yeah.
about that. That was so good.
It was really
Yeah.
It's
good.
also like that reminds me of the Smash stuff. Mm-hmm. Smash.
Yeah.
MCU.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, Smash movie.
Something
So,
similar.
like,
Smash
maybe
cinematic.
the Mario movie is just the beginning of, like, a good series of, like, very high quality, like, animated series for, like, these franchises.
After the credits, it's just pitch black and then like basic font Mario will return.
I have an answer and a half for you.
Ooh.
So the half answer is, I know we're all talking about like Nintendo going into other media. The half answer is I think this is a good time for Nintendo to experiment with franchises that are less popular, because now that the Nintendo name is so popular, I genuinely believe that like, F-Zero has a chance now.
Yes.
But the other thing too is if we're talking about like Nintendo doing more movies and shows and whatever, I genuinely think they should shine that type of spotlight on other franchises. Like we all know Mario, Zelda are the big ones, but I genuinely think like a Punch-Out movie or a series would do well. Or if they wanted to try like a Splatoon series, Splatoon is a big too. Let me try a different example. If they wanted to
Splatoon.
try like Star Fox again, like they did with the Star Fox Zero
Yeah.
promotional
Yeah.
material. Yeah, like I think if some of these series don't lend themselves well to games, I think their stories could still live on in other media, and I think now is the time to do it because Nintendo is so hot right now. That's just where my head's at.
Sorry. Well, personally, I am all for a live-action Metroid, and I am casting myself as Samus.
I'll back that.
Everyone, they're clapping for you to be Samus. Yeah. We're all behind you.
You'd have to fight Brie Larson, but I think you'd win.
I've
Yeah.
already got the blonde hair.
Yeah, you're good.
Sam?
This is tricky because all of the above, all of these things are correct things that I want to see, but like mostly I just want the next Switch game or the next Switch console and more video games. I want the next game after Tears of the Kingdom. Like I'm already hyped for Tears of the Kingdom, but where do we go after
Sam, it's
that?
not even out.
No, listen. There are so many games, like obviously there always are, but there are so many games that Nintendo are working on right now that like we would lose our minds over, and we have no idea what they
I'm
are.
gonna.
And so
Yep.
like I'm just always looking forward to the next Direct, the next game launch. That's all I care about.
And it's such an unpopular opinion, but I feel like I could take an off year.
An
you know,
off
just to
year.
catch up
We've
on
had some crazy
catch up on
releases
everything, you know,
lately.
make sure I play it all and then
Yeah.
heck
Well,
with it.
yeah. My backlog continues to grow. That's
Yeah,
true.
it's
But
just perpetual.
all the same.
Tris, what you think?
I feel that idea of an off year. No, in terms of like where Nintendo goes from here, I mean, we know the Mario movie is going to be big. Regardless of its critical reception, regardless of what the fans think, it is going to be really, really big, and it is going to shape what Nintendo does next. And kind of like what Mary and Yoshiller were saying earlier, Nintendo has already experimented with short form media as well. They did the Kid Icarus shorts, they did the Pikmin shorts, they did
The Animal Crossing anime.
the Animal Crossing
Star Fox.
anime.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
did
that's
even,
right.
They even did like that Star Fox short for Star Fox Zero. So they've experimented a lot. And with the Mario movie going to be as successful as it is, I doubt they'll keep it to just movies. I think they're gonna revisit the short form media but make it longer, and that's when we're gonna start seeing Nintendo branch its IPs into shows and all that. And I think, like I know we were talking about like adapting like the Twilight Princess manga or the Metroid manga, like adapting stories that have already been told. But from what we're seeing with the Mario movie, where it's kind of taking a new spin on a story we've kind of had told, mostly through like the 90s cartoons, but not really in games. I think this actually might be how they tell new stories with some of their IPs. So kind of like Yoshiller mentioning, like, oh, maybe F-Zero might come back. We've heard for so long that, oh, they don't know what to do with F-Zero. Well, this would give them something new to do with it. That isn't just another game. Sure, it'd be disappointing if we didn't get another game, but it allows them to experiment with these IPs to see what other ways they can do something with it.
Yeah.
To that point, what I actually think would be a good idea, do you guys remember like when Pixar used to have like those 2-3 minute shorts before they play a movie?
Oh,
Yeah, like,
yeah, I do, yeah.
Can you imagine like if you went to the Mario movie and before the Mario movie began, there was like a Splatoon short that played right before?
I would lose my
You know, we
mind,
can't
bro.
say that doesn't exist yet.
Well, we'll see.
So we'll find out in like a week or two.
If it exists, I promise I didn't leak anything. I genuinely just made that up on the spot.
Nintendo ninjas are gonna come after you if it's true.
Hide this guy.
But also, I
Come
think
on.
in terms of just like games, I don't know if we were talking like first-party Nintendo content, but like how they did Mario Rabbids and Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope is so good. If you haven't played it, play that game. But Nintendo needs to start giving other companies their IPs and let them do what they want with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Mario can be in Ubisoft. Like Ubisoft can make Mario stuff, and I will trust them with it. They can have them. Like
Okay.
that's the most. Have you seen those cinematic trailers for Sparks of Hope?
I have.
So they're like what I would have thought that Nintendo would make an animated movie like if it wasn't like Illumination high budget.
Yeah.
Like very like there's like Mario has blasters, my guy. They give Mario a gun. He's good.
No, still have not played that game. Still have not.
I definitely think you're right, though, because we've kind of seen Nintendo moving in this direction for the last few years. I mean, they gave Brace Yourself Games Cadence of Hyrule. They gave them the Zelda IP to work with.
That was good. That was good.
Cadence of Hyrule was
Fantastic
really
game,
good,
by
yeah.
the way. So the fact that we've already seen them start experimenting with giving out the IP a little bit, Mario Rabbids, Cadence of Hyrule, I'm sure that with Illumination working on the Mario movie, even though Miyamoto's like shoulder hovering over them the entire time, I think we are going to see Nintendo start relaxing a little bit in terms of who works on their games. We might start seeing new takes on these IPs from different studios, whether it's indie or like other big studios that raise their hands, give me the IP, let me work on something.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that we're seeing a lot more of is an increase in Nintendo merch that's not necessarily from Nintendo. It's not like just a big boxy shirt that just says Zelda on it. Like there's the Black Milk collaborations that have been absolutely
right.
amazing quality. And I think we'll probably see more of that. I hope so, because it's really nice and really professional looking.
You were wearing one the other day.
I
like
was
here.
wearing one yesterday. No, wait, 2 days ago and the day before that.
Yeah.
I'm literally wearing the Majora's Mask hoodie right now too, actually.
Oh, was that Black Milk too?
Yes, it's really good.
Yeah, that is a nice one. Well, I've noticed that a lot of our answers kind of stemmed from like movies and TV and anime. What do we think about musicals?
You said musical?
Yeah.
Music-
Remember,
A Mario
like in the
musical?
90s, they had that Pokemon musical that toured.
Oh my gosh, I remember.
Yeah. That's a niche pull, yeah.
What do we think about that? Is it a possibility? You know?
I mean, they already do Splatoon concerts, so why not?
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's
we should have the
well, yeah,
concerts.
that's kinda,
More
like,
of them
similar,
here in
right?
America.
Oh my God, I want to go to one so bad. Did you go while you were in Japan?
No, I went to the Kirby concert.
There was a Kirby. Oh
The
wait,
Kirby
told me
concert
that.
The Kirby
playing.
30th anniversary
So
concert.
we've got
Yeah,
Kirby
I was there.
30th anniversary, we've got the Splatoon idols, and we also have KK Slider
Yes, they do.
live in concert.
You also
Wait a
have, we used to have the Zelda Symphony of the Goddesses.
Right.
That used to go
And
around.
Pokemon orchestrated live.
Yep.
And then
my
around 3D World releasing, there was like a big band thing that they did, but it wasn't like a big concert. It was like a smaller one, but it was still really good.
Oh my God. This is like a hop, skip, and a jump away
Nintendo
from a
loves
musical
doing
tour then.
concerts. They just don't do them that
I forgot about a lot of this stuff. Wow.
Listen, Alec, when you're like, oh, will we get musicals? We need Nintendo to actually release these soundtracks first.
Right.
Honestly.
First, honestly, though. Honestly, yeah.
Put them all on Spotify, come on.
I'm to find some way to like watch them on YouTube and play that in the
only.
background, and it's just like so many hoops to go through just to listen to those soundtracks. Anything else on Beyond?
Beyond.
Just making sure that we cover all of our
Just
bases
one
here.
F-Zero.
You just want F-Zero?
Simple ask.
Zero.
An F-Zero musical tour.
How
is what
about an
you're saying.
F-Zero and Cars crossover? So Lightning McQueen and F-Zero.
I'll take it.
Captain
Yay,
Falcon and
okay.
Fortnite.
I'll take that too, as long as it's official.
Give us an actual amiibo game where I can actually like do something with the amiibos I've been building up for the last like, what, 5 years? 6 years? Amiibo RPG?
Yeah, I think we're like
Yeah?
4 years too late for that at this point, based on the way they treat their amiibo nowadays. I think like once we pass like year 2, even 3 of the Switch, there was no chance of anything like that, sadly. And it sucks because I feel so bad for people that have spent way too much money collecting all these amiibo and they can't do anything.
They
with
look nice, Trish. They look nice.
They
Okay.
do, but what do they do in games? You
They're
scan it and you
beautiful
get
on my
a special
wall
little item.
in their boxes.
I don't use my stuffed
Yeah.
Yoshi, it's just on a shelf. My stuffed Yoshi amiibo is just on that shelf.
Yeah.
Forever.
makes
Looking nice.
We have a little bit of extra time here. So what do you
Well, we're
guys think
gonna
about doing a like quick Q&A here with
Well, do
our
we have a
with
third
our
trivia
audience?
question?
Yeah, you want to go?
No,
like,
there's no more trivia.
There's no more trivia?
there's no more trivia.
Okay, that's it, guys.
We'll just do a quick little Q&A. You want to run out there and?
I always want to run around with the mic.
Okay. Well, Yoshiller's gonna run out there. So if anybody has any questions for us, feel free to raise your hand, and then we'll send this guy.
Yoshiller needs his exercise for the day.
Just yeah, I trust your judgment. Run, Yoshiller.
I'll go to this gentleman with the blue hat over here.
All right, sick.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Hi, my name is Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
I'm doing good.
What's your question for us?
All right, so my question is, what exactly do you guys think in terms of the Tears of the Kingdom? This is the Tears of the Kingdom question.
Ooh.
Good.
What do you guys think Nintendo's hiding that we don't know already?
What are they hiding?
Thank you for the question.
That's the golden question.
You want the question was like, what do we think it's going to be about? Like,
What don't we know? What are they
don't we
hiding?
know?
The statue is in the lobby. Why isn't it here?
We could just go ask him.
No, I'm sitting here like my big theory is like the Twilight Realm is going to return in some
Yeah.
way, shape, or form. I think we're going to see Twilight. Will we see Midna?
Oh, I
don't
hope so.
know. Maybe we'll see a descendant. But here I go into like my conspiracy theory land.
Don't break my heart.
We don't know how time passes between the two realms. So what if time goes a lot slower? What if we do see Midna? You know, like she could age very differently. We may see a much older version of Midna. That's my big crazy theory.
I think we're gonna see more of references to Skyloft this time. Because I really don't think it was an accident or just like happened to be that they re-released Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
Like within a year or two of Tears of the Kingdom. Like I think they wanted that to be fresh on our minds for a reason.
They've been playing the long game this whole time.
Well, we have evidence of that too. I mean, they re-released Twilight Princess HD before Breath of the Wild, and then you could use the Wolf Link amiibo. There were, albeit it was more of an optional tie-in, but there were tie-ins.
Very curious.
Getting something, anything related to Skyward Sword in Tears of the Kingdom, it probably helps to have it at least more fresh on your mind, yeah.
Yeah, especially seeing like all those sky islands just in all the trailers.
Well, the original also had the goddess statues too, right?
That's true, yeah.
So I was already drawing
It drops
parallel.
like first week of May, right? Like first week of May?
The 12th.
Wait, what?
Tears of the Kingdom drops first week of May, right?
Second
week?
Second.
12.
It's a 12.
They're gonna start a huge marketing push in like the next maybe 3 weeks.
I hope
Running out of
so.
time.
They're just gonna tweet at all of us at like 7 a.m. Hey, that's the Tears of the Kingdom Direct tomorrow, and we're like, ugh! So,
Although I feel
My
like
God.
Nintendo could just have a blank box and just write Zelda on it and everybody would just get it. Like they don't have to do anything really.
That'll be enough. Like I have the strangest feeling that we'll hear like one more big, like direct or something before the 12th. But who knows? We'll see. You come back to this if it ends up being right, and then I don't know. I'll give myself $5. You want to find us another question?
Yes, I would love to. All right, this guy right here.
This is our on-field reporter. You guys can't see him. He's running behind the. He's so fast.
Hello, sir. What's your name?
Ben?
Hi, Ben.
There's one other area besides animation and stuff like that. There's one other area that Nintendo can expand to that you left out. Comics and graphic novels.
True.
Well, that's true.
I think the Mario movie universe, I think, can definitely lend itself well to some publications from Dark Horse or Paper Cuts or any. They could. Yeah. Also, can I just say, do you think that, I think Nintendo can do what Sony is doing with PlayStation. Sony launched PlayStation Productions, which is a whole branch dedicated to adaptations of their games, but it's not limited to just Columbia Pictures. Because they're doing The Last of Us with HBO, Twisted Metal with Peacock. Do you think Nintendo can easily do adaptations with companies other than Universal, or are they just gonna stick to the pool of Universal, DreamWorks, Illumination?
So two-parter. First part I think was in terms of like, do you think they're gonna work with like Western comic publications instead of like manga all the time? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's like the Super Mario Kun comics and like the Kirby manga and stuff like that.
But I think there's some opportunity for even Americanized Western.
Yeah, it would be interesting for sure. I got big into comic books recently, so it would be really cool to see like a Super Mario comic made by like any of those. Yeah, like an IDW Mario comic or anything like that. That'd be really cool.
Like the IDW Sonic comics are so good.
They're so
So I would love to see them have a take on Mario, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I was gonna say, as far as like other animation studios, like I think as long as like an animation studio can like sell Nintendo that like we have the quality, because Nintendo is going to go for Illumination has done a beautiful job with this movie. It looks gorgeous. As long as I think an animation studio can deliver what Nintendo's high expectations like want, then like they'll partner with them.
I think this is the boring answer, but it also depends a lot on what contracts Nintendo has created with Illumination that we have absolutely no idea about. So they could have, for all we know, they could have kind of given their IPs, like let Illumination get the first pick at what they do in the future, or they might have said, you get to do this, Mario, you get nothing else, and we'll decide later. We really don't know. So I would love to see a high production live action of something, maybe not Zelda to start with, I don't trust it, but something Nintendo. Detective Pikachu is amazing, and I think they could do something else along those lines.
Yeah.
I could totally see them pulling off a live action Pikmin movie Think about it, right? Think about it. The Pikmin are CG animated, and then there's like a kid that like comes across like a whole colony of Pikmin, and then he becomes like their Alamar or whatever, and they just get into hijinks with this kid. Like that'd be so cute. It'd be so
Adorable.
cute. It'd be like, they'd be like literally this tall canonically, like this high.
You said live action Pikmin and it immediately scared me because I'm thinking
you're
of like a
no,
live action Bulborb
No,
or
they would stay
something.
cute. They would stay cute.
Well,
They would stay cute.
I think the
That
franchise
would be frightening.
The franchise that honestly lends itself best to live action is probably Punch Out. Because they even did they even did like a commercial for the Wii game where they had a guy play Little Mac and another guy play Doc Lewis, and they're, like pretending to hit a punching bag, pretending it's like King Hippo and stuff. So if they can just get like a really like fat guy to play King Hippo,
Just make sure Mike Tyson.
they could absolutely punch out.
Okay.
They could be Michael B. Jordan to be a character that Lil Mac goes against.
Yeah.
Get him casted in there.
Creed's really popular right now. I don't see why they couldn't do Punch Out.
Oh my God. Well, I think we have enough time for one more question, Yoshiller. So,
All right.
you want to
Pick one of
fish
these guys.
someone out for us?
More question.
Maybe like that person way over there in the back, like in the back right.
Okay, yeah, I'll get the guy in the back. All right.
Sorry to make you run more. He's up for the task.
Off he goes.
Give it up for Yoshiller running around for us. Thanks, man.
He ran a lot more than he should have. I'm gonna be real right there. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Test. All right, cool. Hi, what's your name?
Tristan,
Hi, Tristan. What's your question?
I'm just curious, what do you guys think is going to happen in the new Zelda?
Thank you for your question.
Get this guy in the, he's got like the blue mask behind you. Which one? Yeah, they're pointing at him. This guy. Yeah.
All right, hi, what's your name?
My name is Gary.
Nice to meet you. What's your question?
So it's been, what, like 5.5 years since Mario Odyssey came out. I'm just curious what you think the next game's going to be about. Is it going to be Mario Odyssey 2, or is it going to be a bigger version of Bowser's Fury, or what?
I'm so afraid of this question.
Good question.
I'm so afraid. Well, if history is anything to go off of, it would probably be either this year or the next, right? But, I don't.
My dream
The longer time goes on, the less confident I am in that, in that estimation. What do you think?
My dream is that like we get another year that's like the launch year, minus Splatoon because that came out last year, but we just get Mario in the fall again.
Yeah.
Like, well, they're literally just waiting until the movie's out, and then there's gonna be like something maybe during the summer, and they're like, oh yeah, the new Mario is coming out this year. Because they're like, you like Mario? Here's more Mario.
Feels like it's been so quiet, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm not sure.
Yeah, like, I know we've got Pikmin coming out in August, I believe. We don't know what the big holiday game is, though. They always have their holiday season game. And
It's typically a Mario.
Yeah.
Anytime it's a big Mario game, it's a holiday.
yeah, or it's either Mario or it's like a Pokemon. It's something big, because it is like a very busy time of year, especially for gift giving.
Yeah.
But Mario movies are coming out. There's gonna be a lot of new Mario fans. It's gonna be after Tears of the Kingdom, so that's gonna be out the door in people's hands. I'm curious to see what they're going to do for their summer presentation, and maybe they hint at a Mario game. But then I'm like, would they announce it in the summer and then release it like that soon? But they could.
They've been really big on like just shadow dropping things and not like giving a lot of time in between like when they announce it and when the game comes out, because it keeps leaks from happening.
Yeah.
I am hoping that the game that they do, the next Mario game that does come out is more of Odyssey. They could literally just pull a Galaxy 2 and be like, we had so many ideas for Odyssey, but it couldn't fit on the cartridge, so we made another one. So they could do that. I would be all over it. But also what they did in Bowser's Fury was so different from anything we've experienced.
It's true.
They're probably like, that went well, guys. Let's just keep doing that. Expand! And then just do a whole thing on that. And also, it wouldn't put it past Nintendo to be like, you've been asking for it. Here's Bowser's Fury standalone for $30. I pay him. I haven't played it yet. I don't want to buy Mario World again just to play Bowser's
It's so
Fury.
good, though.
Yeah.
It's so good, though.
So am I.
Well, I think if we were going to get Mario Odyssey 2, I feel like that time has passed and we would have gotten it by now. So what I actually think is going to happen is instead of Odyssey 2, we're just going to get the next Mario game. Kind of like what Sunshine is to 64. Like, it's still a sequel, but it's very much like its own standalone game, right? It uses the foundation of 64, but it still is very much a standalone title. I think that's what we're going to get. Whether or not it's on Switch or the successor to the Switch remains to be seen because we don't even know when the successor's coming out. But if the successor's coming out, like
It's coming soon.
If it comes out,
The
like,
rumors are saying soon,
within-
so it's got to be true.
Within like the next year or two, it makes more sense to me that the next Mario game would be on that system, and that whatever team made Odyssey is working on something else. That rumored Donkey Kong game, Splatoon 4, just, I don't know. It makes more sense to me that the next big Mario game at this point is not even going to be on Switch.
Is Mario still capturing things in the next game, yes or no?
I think Cappy's sticking around, yeah. I don't know if it's going to function the exact same way where you just throw your cap at something and you immediately take control of them. Maybe it kind of becomes more of a, like Donkey Kong 64 style, where you stand on a pad and you choose what type of object you want instead. But I don't know just yet. We'll see.
Because he's still the hat.
So yeah, Cappy's
Still the
around.
hat, yeah.
I think what's most interesting is we have no hints to what the next like big 3D Mario could be, but we know they're working on another 2D Mario because they were hiring for the 2D Mario team in like late 2019 after Mario Maker 2 was like done. So
That was a while ago.
they've been working on the 2D Mario for like 4 years now. When's that going to show up? Will
they
it
make
show up
another,
before or after a new 3D?
If they make another 2D Mario game, I want it to be one where the multiplayer is more involved, rather than it being give your like the person next to you a controller and now they're just around and they can throw you into pits. like make it where it's like there's areas that are like blocked off and I literally need Luigi to throw me up there, or I need like we need to totem up there or something like that, like on a like Little Big Planet type of things.
Yeah. I personally want another Galaxy game or like something. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we definitely need more Rosalina.
I do, yes. I know Yoshiller's keeping quiet. He's crushed my dreams on this before,
No,
but
I don't have anything against you wanting another Galaxy game. I just don't think it's going to happen.
let me dream.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much all she wrote. We are just about at our 1 hour limit here, and as much as I love to keep talking with you all, like I usually do on these shows, we gotta bounce. So thank you so much for coming to see us today. Thank you. Those of you watching us from home as well. And feel free to find this show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, where we talk once a month about the games you know and love. And drop us a follow on wherever you can find us. You just want to do like a rapid, just closer?
Just closers.
Yeah.
5
Start with you.
seconds.
So really quick, TLDR, I just want to not take. Oh, good, okay. So this is my second PAX. This is my first time ever getting media for PAX, and also this is my second time ever being around a lot of you here, like the creator people that I've gotten to know, which is amazing. So I never thought I would be here on a stage at PAX doing a panel for all you awesome people out here.
Woo! Give it up for
I just wanna
David.
say thank you, Alec, for putting this together. Thank you all of y'all for being here, and this is just amazing. Like and subscribe, ConMenRDW on YouTube, Twitch, and everything like that. So thank you, yes.
Sick. Yoshiller?
Hi, I'm Yoshiller. I'm known for wearing a Yoshi hat. You can find me at youtube.com/Yoshiller, but you can't find me at twitter.com/Yoshiller because someone took it. So you'll have to look up real Yoshiller instead. But otherwise, I try to do videos every single day, including today. A video already went out, so how exciting.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Yeah, that's for Yoshiller. Great guy.
On Twitter and Twitch and Instagram, I am Mary Wants a Cookie, but you can also find me hosting, doing all sorts of fun stuff over on the Destructoid TikTok and YouTube channel.
Sweet.
You can find me on Twitter at Amanda VanHiel. You can find me on Twitch at Panda Princessa. That's Panda Princess with an A at the end of it. And then on Instagram, Panda Princessa Streams. Make sure there's only one S at the end because if there's two, there's a creepy imposter showing.
What the?
Yeah.
There's so many imposters.
Yeah, the imposter tried to get people to say I put up explicit photos, which.
That is very suspicious. Very sus. What about you, Sam?
I'm pretty easy to find. If you Google Nintendo Fangirl, one word, they're pretty much all my links will come up to the top. I'm Nintendo Fangirl on everything except Twitch, where I also have an imposter. So I'm NinFangirl on there, not 9 Inch Nails Fangirl.
9 Inch Nails Fangirl. Well, all right.
That's what, every time I join someone's chat, somebody comments on 9 Inch Nails, and
What?
much I love it. But
I know the pain.
but yeah, this has been fun. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
And you can find me on Twitter for the most part, at ToonTris, or over on YouTube at GameXplain, or on Twitch at GameXplain doing Mario Kart streams, or any kind of content on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, and you participated in that Mario Kart tourney today, right?
I did. I was in
Congrats.
the championship cup today. That was tough competition.
Yeah, it seemed like it. I was watching a little bit from my
They were
room.
very good.
Well, I'll go ahead and round us out here. My name is alecandstuff. You can find me on pretty much every platform. If you search for alecandstuff, I have a few imposters as well, but you know, it's pretty normal these days. Drop me a follow anywhere. I play so many games on Twitch all the time, and yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of your Sunday here at PAX East 2023.